Who would you allow to babysit Lennox? Asia Wilson, Jackie Young, or Sydney Colson? Bench star cut.
They're all fired.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Megan and I are fresh. Literally fresh. Well, not fresh. Off a plane.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling fresh. I don't know about you.
No,
But we are here after a hellacious travel day. We went back to Megan's hometown for her little brother's wedding.
We did.
Did you have an amazing time or what?
I did. Honestly, I had a great time.
I had a great time.
You're not going to slow us down.
No.
Congratulations to Austin and Kaylee. They had a beautiful wedding in our hometown. We had so much fun. We basically got transported back to being 23. And I was not mad about it.
I loved it.
I had a great time.
I was jumping with, what is it with what? 24-year-old, I guess they're men. I was going to say boys.
Boys, yeah.
What is it when they dance? They just jump a lot.
A lot of jumping.
A lot of jumping. I would say within the first 30 seconds, my knees hurt.
Yeah.
But I was out there.
The next morning, I had a calf cramp for
my
sure.
red bottoms are no longer red bottoms. It's a really sad day for me.
Just scuff bottoms.
But our fits were fire.
Fits were fire.
I think we pulled it
I
together.
liked mine.
I loved mine.
Yeah, you looked so cute.
Yeah, same.
It was good. It was formal attire. So we had to show up and show out.
Yeah. We had to come through. But it did take us a little longer than we thought to return back to New York, which is where we are now.
Dude.
We are, I would say we are beyond being a seasoned traveler. Like we travel.
Oh,
Like,
I mean,
we travel.
yeah.
Like this is like
We know
the same way people get up and brush their teeth.
every
Like, we
in and
travel.
out, every loophole, every app, every experiential thing that you could possibly imagine.
And just when I thought I had experienced it all, this goes down as top 3 for me.
what
Top
happened?
3 worst travel days.
What happened to?
Well, it's not easy to get to and from Reading. And the
Lord
way
knows.
it shook out, we had to fly out of Sacramento.
Yeah.
There's no direct flight to New York except a red eye.
Yep.
Nightmare. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. We're
I don't
obviously not
understand it.
taking that.
Well, it would have been a red eye sounds terrible. And then wake up
awful.
and go directly to the podcast. That's tough.
What?
Who wants to do that? So we booked a connecting flight.
Mhm.
All was good. Drove to Sacramento. We were actually in Chico at the time. So like an hour and a half drive, get to Sacramento, about to board. The plane that landed that was going to take us to our connecting city got struck by lightning, y'all. Got struck by lightning. They needed to bring in maintenance. Oh, the people that have this type of maintenance, I don't know, expertise, were not in Sacramento. They had to fly them in. The flight got delayed from like noon. By the way, I don't think I told you this. At first it got delayed to 3, then it got delayed to 6. It ultimately got delayed to 9 p.m. And then just they canceled it.
Right. Yeah.
They canceled it.
We knew
Within
at
5
noon
minutes,
that
yeah.
flight was going to be canceled, and we started. I mean Sue started
Well,
making
I'm
other
the-
arrangements.
I'm the travel agent of the
I was
of the
like,
couple.
let me know how I can help.
I said, book a hotel.
Done.
I have a feeling we're going to be here
Done.
all day.
On it.
Yeah.
On
So what
it.
happened was we ended up booking the red eye. So luckily we were able to get seats on this red eye we were trying to avoid at all costs. We got a hotel. You made a good point. The best part about the day was we got to watch the Elite 8 games live.
did,
We would
yeah.
have been on a plane
I
otherwise.
took a nap.
Dealing with the buffering.
We were chilling. We did have to drive to San Francisco.
You're skipping ahead here.
Oh, okay.
You're skipping ahead here.
Okay.
So we're chilling. We're watching the games. I get a little notification on my phone.
Yeah.
The flight from Sacramento to New York, the red eye that we were lucky to get on, has been delayed an hour. It's now taking off after midnight. Curious. So as Megan mentioned earlier, I do have an app that maybe I'll share with the group. That you can like see all the things about the flight, and you can see
Comings and the
all the
goings.
things about the flight coming in.
Yeah.
So I was like, boop, click that button. The flight that was meant to land in Sacramento and then take us to New York had an emergency landing in Chicago on its way. At this point, I was like, well, this is not happening. This is never going to go.
This is.
I don't trust this. That 1 hour delay.
SMF
Yeah,
is
right.
cursed.
Yeah. So that's when we looked at San Francisco, found a different red eye, got a car, drove the hour and a half, got on the plane, landed in New York, sat in an hour and a half to 2 hours of traffic, spruced up a little bit, And now we're here. And I just really want to share that with the group. This was a little traumatic for myself. Top 3 worst travel days of my life.
It's pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And
But you look great.
Not to be bougie, thank you. You look great too, babe.
Thanks.
Not to be bougie, but it was also not a lay down. It was not a lay down red eye. And you know the red eyes
You just
from the
told on
West
yourself.
Coast. Yeah, whatever. You know the red eyes from the West Coast are not like real red eyes. They're like 4 hours
They're
long.
naps.
So by the time you're up, down, sleeping, and getting the kinks out of your neck, it's like you've had a short nap.
And you know that like flap thing that can come on headrests
Yeah.
where like you can like
Lean.
Joop,
Yeah.
and then you can lean on it. Mine wasn't working on the right side. If this doesn't show our viewers, our listeners, our
We love you
followers
guys.
how much we want to be here,
We love you.
I don't know what does. I don't know what does.
We're also contractually obligated.
We'll leave that part out.
No, we're
They
good.
don't need to know about that.
We love you guys so much.
But yeah, so we're very excited to be here. We're going to talk a lot about the Final Four.
Yes.
Paige declared for the draft. That's big news. Olivia Miles said goodbye, which it did sound like she was saying goodbye, but it was just to Notre Dame.
Just-
it wasn't to college basketball.
Just to South Bend.
Just to South Bend. So she's hitting the portal. We do have to bring up, TCU got to the Elite Eight, and after winning that Sweet 16 game, they put us on blast. They put a bunch of people on blast.
I was fully prepared to come in here and give some flowers and to say that I was wrong.
Great career.
Great career.
Haley Van Lith.
Haley Van Lith,
Great
shout
tournament
out.
run.
I was prepared to do a whole mea culpa for this team. And then you lost. Not 40 hours later. So you know what? Joke's on who?
Honestly, they don't want to see Boosterd's bracket. I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. But Megan, we do
that's
have some more to discuss as well. We got Unrivaled to discuss.
I know. We have a lot of Unrivaled today. We have
Major.
an MVP championship spectacular for everybody. We've got Unrivaled champion and finals MVP, the point guard, Chelsea Gray, joining us. And we have Unrivaled one-on-one champ and co-founder, Napheesa Scorched Earth Collier, joining us for the show. We are very excited, so let's just get into it. I'm Megan Rapinoe.
And I'm Sue Bird. This is A Touch More. Let's do it. Support for A Touch More comes from our friends at Nike. Nike puts the spotlight on those fearless athletes who defy expectations, rewrite the rules, and inspire the world through unapologetic greatness. What does that mean? That every time someone says you're too much, that you can't own the court, that you shouldn't be so big, so competitive, so loud on the field, you just win. We'll check out their new campaign later in the episode and highlight some of our favorite athletes who define that unmatched so win mindset. Go to Nike.com to learn more and see their So Win collection. Support for A Touch More comes from Degree. Let's be real. If you're on the go all day, some not so great smells might start to gather in all your nooks and crannies. That's just how bodies work. Well, Degree Whole Body Deodorant Spray can keep you feeling fresh wherever you sweat, with all-day odor protection for your pits, chest, thighs, and more. There's no aluminum and no residue after spraying. Just a light, refreshing smell to motivate you throughout the day. Buy the new Degree Whole Body Deo for under $10 at Walmart now. First up, you know what it is? It's the check-in. And we are going all Final Four on this one.
Yeah.
We are headed to Tampa soon. So is UCLA, UConn, South Carolina, and Texas. This is very exciting. UCLA, it's their first Final Four.
Good for her.
Good for her.
Good for her. You know, I'm honestly I'm not attached to UCLA at all.
Well, why would you be?
My two cousins went there, but I'm just like, you know what? Good for her.
Good for her.
Good for her.
South Carolina's going for the back-to-back. That's major. Not a lot of teams do that.
Yeah. No surprise there. I firmly had them in the Final Four for sure. So that's just par for the course.
Texas is in their
Gamecocks.
first Final Four since 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to know who beat them then?
UConn.
UConn. And then, yeah, UConn's back in it.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Everyone
You-
takes it for granted. It's fine.
You were hype. We were watching. Honestly, it's true. It's
Yeah.
like UConn back in the Final
It's
Four for the
unreal.
904th time.
Literally. I don't even know how many. I'm not even going to look it up. It's a
Yeah.
lot. We all know it's a lot. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm
What'd
really
you
excited.
What'd you think of the games?
Yesterday's games?
Yeah, yesterday's games and the day
I thought
before.
they were good. I mean, let's be honest. Let's just call it out. It's been very low scoring.
What's happening?
Pretty much all Sweet 16, all Elite 8, very low scoring. I don't know.
Okay.
The defenses are really good.
I don't know.
Part of me thinks
It is easier to play defense.
I think back to my niece. Okay. So when I go watch my 10-year-old niece, it's easier to develop defensive chemistry because a lot of defense, don't get me wrong, there's strategy and there's game plans, and that's all very important.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is like work ethic. You can actually work hard and get better on defense.
Yeah.
Offense, you can't just like work hard through it.
No.
And I wonder, you asked me this yesterday, and my real answer is I'm sure there's some trickle down of what's happening in youth basketball and a lot of, more all-star teams as opposed to like being on a team with the same people for a while. So I'm sure there's I guess it'd be a trickle up into college. But maybe it's just because of the transfer portal, because of all the different factors. Maybe it's just harder to build chemistry right now in college basketball.
Okay.
Because not everybody, what used to be great about women's basketball is you had kids staying
teams
3
for
and 4
multiple
years. Yeah. So maybe, I don't know. I'm throwing it out there. I'd have to think about it more. But yeah, it's been some defensive grinds. Plus, Texas thrives on that.
Yeah.
Texas thrives on that. That is a staple of Vic Schaefer.
Yeah.
He is going to grind you down defensively. And South Carolina has a little bit of that. They're not all that, but they have a little bit of that to them as well. So that game's going to be a battle of the deep. It's going to be like whoever hits 50 first wins, something like that.
Yeah, not everybody has like a certified bucket getter.
Well,
So
that's the other part of it.
Yeah.
Except one team. Well, 1.5 teams. So what's fun about the UCLA UConn matchup is UConn has a certified bucket getter. Paige
Yes,
is
they do.
playing out of her mind.
They kind of have two of them.
Well, that's the half.
Oh, okay.
I guess it's 2.5 then. UConn has Paige and Sarah Strong. Go ahead.
Sister Feaster, that's my girl.
She loves Sarah
I
Strong.
love her so
I know.
much.
She played so well.
So good. She's so smooth. And I just can't wait to
the
see.
spin move. Oof.
Oh, when she gets into the W.
Yeah, she's only going to
in
get better.
3 years. No, she's amazing. We love her.
No, so UConn, okay, real talk. UConn has Paige. Right now, the way this tournament is playing out, it could take one player that has a big game from an offensive standpoint and you win.
Yeah.
Like that's how this tournament has played out. UCLA with Lauren Betts also has that. This is a kid that, I mean, her numbers are insane right now. She's shooting like, I don't even know, it's like 85%. It's something nuts. So that's going to be, it's like both sides of the brackets, both semifinals have these really interesting style battles happening. And I think with UCLA and UConn, it'll be, can UConn find a way to cancel out Lauren Betts' size, which is not easy. LSU tried. They really sagged off the UCLA shooters, the perimeter, and they actually shot like over 40%, which isn't the norm, but clearly capable. So UConn has it's going to be tough. If they don't put Lauren Betts in pick and rolls with hopefully Sarah and Paige, with AZ as like that perimeter player that's the only help that the roller can be given. If that is not the scenario, the whole game, I'm gonna be in that BTS booth screaming. But it's gonna be hard.
You and D are gonna have to get on the group chat with Gino.
Hopefully they're wearing their Apple Watches.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I'm excited.
I feel like this is UConn's game to lose. I feel like they have more. Obviously, Paige is Paige, Sister Feaster, Sarah Strong. They're great. Kaylin Chen, big 15 points. I feel like she had some big big points at like a timely. She has experience. Well. She's obviously a senior. KK played well.
Super senior.
AZ, super senior. AZ struggled, hit a couple shots at the end, but if between Caitlin and AZ, they can like pour some points, I just feel like they're going to be able to get buckets and they're going to be able to win. They play hard, all the things. Usually don't beat themselves.
I think it's going to be hard though.
No, I think it's going to be hard, but I feel like if UConn players show up and play the way that they have been.
How would you slow down UConn if you're UCLA? What do you think? What do you think, Coach Rapinoe?
I would try to get the ball out of Paige's hands as much as possible. Like I would let AZ have 30 points instead of Paige having 30 points. I would double, I would do all that. And I don't really know all the other strategies. I would, just try to like blow things up and be physical. I would make someone else, not Sarah Strong, because she'll definitely beat you. But I would like sort of like egregiously make someone else carry the scoring load, at least in the beginning. See how it works. Because if you let Paige get cooking, you're just toast.
What if you have Lauren Betts in the pick and rolls, though? What if UConn strategically brings Lauren up, puts her in those pick and rolls? She's going to trap.
Yeah, I don't really know.
And now you know what it's like.
I don't really know. I'm probably like, well, they're
As
not
Diana
doing a
Taurasi likes
3-man
to say,
rotation,
Who
are
gets
they?
the roller? Who
Yeah.
takes the roller?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
No,
But-
I set you up. That is why this game's going to be good.
What I will say, I don't see a ton of those pick and rolls.
Ooh,
So-
shots fired.
Yeah.
There's been more. There's been a lot more.
Okay.
There's been a lot more.
I
When they
wanted
played
a lot
Oklahoma,
more. I want that
Oklahoma
2-man game
has-
all the time.
Oklahoma had Reagan Beers. UConn put them in a lot of pick and rolls. They were in, what people call drop coverage, which just means the post player's like far back. You're
Yeah.
essentially giving the guard a little bit of a pull up. But Paige's pull up is too good. You can't give her that. So you saw a much different strategy from USC, but they have mobile posts.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And then UConn can go small. What does UCLA do there?
Yeah.
It's going to be fun, guys.
They were talking about it on the broadcast,
gonna
how
be
much
fun.
depth they have.
Yes.
Different to the years in the past where they've had a ton of injuries. So they've
UConn,
got UConn. They've got a good little squad.
UCLA is the number one for a reason. And
They
that's what scares me a little bit.
Yep.
And Kiki Rice hasn't had like a big game. So it's like, is she due? This is where I start to overthink. Get me out of this.
This is where we're up
Get
in the
me
middle
out of
of
the
the
check-in. Get me out.
All right, before we get you out of the check-in, any last thoughts on South Carolina, Texas, what that game is going to be?
This is what I'll say about that game. It's nothing to do with basketball. This will be the 4th time they play each other.
Oh, gosh.
That is a mind fuck.
Terrible.
It just is. It just
Yeah.
is. So
Hate that.
they know each other well. South Carolina is 2-1 on the season. So both have experienced, right, the highs and the lows of it all. Oof. They know each other. That's where it gets hard. That's now where that's what the WNBA playoffs are like. When you have a series and
it's
you're
going to be
going,
a grind.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do think I shouldn't say I think. Picking these games is so hard. I want to say it's going to be a UConn South Carolina final. What about you?
Well, that's what I want.
Okay.
You know me, I'm always here for like things other than the sports. I think that would draw the biggest ratings. I think that they're the most exciting
Do it
teams.
for
They
the
have
ratings.
the biggest names. The coaches.
Madison Booker, though, if Madison Booker plays well, I think Texas wins. She has struggled
Really?
against South Carolina in their regular season matchups.
Okay.
So if Madison Booker plays well, Texas wins. But otherwise, I also want a UConn, South Carolina. I want Dawn versus Gino. I want it all.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
That's what I want.
All right.
Go sports. All right, everybody. Our picks are in for the Final Four. Let's get to the interviews. Support for this episode comes from Nike. Nike's So Win campaign showcases the power of audacious dreams and relentless pursuit. So Win features athletes like Asia Wilson, Sha'Carri Richardson, Sabrina Ionescu, and Caitlin Clark, who embody audacious dreams and relentless pursuit and make Nike, Nike. Let's check it out.
You can't be confident, so be confident. You can't challenge, so challenge. You can't dominate, so dominate. You can't flex, so flex. You can't fill a stadium, so fill that stadium. Whatever you do, you can't win. So win.
How does it feel to see Asia, Sha'Carri, Sabrina, Caitlin? How does it feel to see them in this anthem?
Honestly, I feel like this is just like what they deserve. So to see them on the stage, on the Super Bowl stage, but being able to see the way that like the legacy of women's sports is living on, like they deserve to be in these marquee moments. So for me, it's exciting. It like proves sort of the growth of the game and the growth of the sport in different ways, and to like see all these athletes compiled together and what was a beautifully shot commercial giving these players what they, ultimately deserve. I loved it. What about you, Sue?
Yeah, I feel the same. I feel like this really marks the beginning of something. This type of ad definitely showcases what female athletes have to go through just to get any kind of attention. And I think for those 4 names especially, they're really making their mark. So this to me is the start of something really cool, something we fought for a really long time, something that people before us fought for a really long time. So it really, I don't know, it feels, it's giving turning point.
Go to Nike.com to learn more and see their So Win collection.
Our first guest today is Unrivaled's first finals MVP, a member of the championship winning Rose BC. Before we get into it, you're welcome. Before we get into it, we're going to take a quick little flashback and take a look at the last time we saw this woman.
Early in the season, we talked about the fact that you had heard the chatter. You knew the importance of these performances. What do you want people to say about Chelsea Gray now?
Ooh, man. Don't be humble. Come on. You've been humble long enough. I know, right?
They're telling her not to be humble over here on the stage. I don't know if y'all can tell.
Talk your shit. Keep that same energy, is what I'm saying. When y'all see me that same summer, I got the receipts who's talking shit, so keep that
Oh my God, I loved it.
Of course you guys played that away.
I mean, is there a better intro than that? Keep that
That's
same
so true.
energy.
Somebody
Welcome.
needs to like remix that and just have this
Like
and
an auto-tune?
to the
Like
beat.
a mashup?
Yeah, like a mash.
Yeah,
that
I
would have been
understand,
me.
I understand.
I'm that
Hide your wife, hide your kids
Yeah,
vibes.
yeah, exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
What we heard there was an interview by Taylor Rooks after the Unrivaled Championship game. The interviewee was none other than Chelsea Gray. Chelsea, welcome to A Touch More. Welcome to the pod.
Thank you for having me. What a way to intro, man.
Yeah,
Like
I
I
love
said, not a better interview team over.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
even
That
get it
was
out.
great.
Okay, so like I said, we just heard you talk to Taylor, talking about keep that same energy. We also heard your teammates hyping you up in the background, which I love. Talk that shit. We love that moment. But in all seriousness, talk about what the last, let's call it 2023 WNBA finals to now. Mentally, what has these last couple years been like for you?
It's been a roller coaster, man. Flashback to 2023, we were going for like getting 2 in a row, like hard as hell to even do it. And we're in the finals. Everything is great. Like we go to New York. We got 2 in New York. We're just like, all right. Well, we got 1, and then we was like, all right. Game 3 kind of wasn't very good. But at the end of the game, man, I hurt my foot, and I was just like, all right, give me some shots, give me pills, give me something. I got to play game 4. And I was like, I can't even put pressure on it. Like, this is bad. Like, this is real bad. And I guess some of them saw the report before it, like saw the fracture before it, and they were just like, Chels, I don't think there's a shot or pills for that. And so that was a hard pill to swallow in general, because like, no way we come this far, and I just can't play. And but we still ended up winning. They had my back for sure. And then the next season, Olympics, coming back. I started the season late because I'm still recovering, but I was still like an Olympian, like crazy. And the last time we went, it was COVID. And so we didn't have fans, we didn't have anything. And so the family being there was crazy. Then going to Unrivaled and all, like, I just got like my feeling back. Like I just felt more like myself at Unrivaled. And so we got the championship. They had the little bracket and stuff, and they had the standings, and we were placed 6. And I was like, we didn't even make it in the playoffs. That's how they're doing us. And then they go and we get second and we win the thing. So it was just like a full like circle moment for real.
That's amazing. You bring up Unrivaled. Something we talked a lot about on our show is just the fact that Unrivaled has now essentially filled in what has always been this period of time where we all went overseas.
Yeah.
We were out of sight, out of mind, right? But Unrivaled, the numbers are crazy. It's like 1 million new followers across all the players' channels while you guys were there. So how have you experienced the impact of Unrivaled on like your personal brand?
I would say the followers did grow, and everybody looks at followers now. It took me a while to like understand the whole concept in general. I'm like, the followers, like,
What?
I gotta post and right now I gotta post in, like there's a specific time. I'm just like, damn. So the followers for sure grew, and then like you get like a lot more like reach outs, like not agents going to find things, like now things are starting to come to me a little bit more, and whether they're DMing me on Instagram, I get emails and things just coming up, wanting to like talk on podcast. Here we go. I'm here. Still wanting to have conversations and then like appearances and stuff. So it's been pretty cool. Like the platform that they've been able to use and like fuel individual brands have been great. And they have like a whole studio stage, everything set up there. So if you want to do stuff there, you can. You don't have to like go anywhere to do it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I even felt like watching, it was like, yes, there was teams, obviously, and players were on teams, but it was kind of a showcase for each player individually. You know, I think
Yeah.
like there wasn't the brand recognition with teams because they're so new, but it was like, oh, I know Chelsea Gray. Oh, I know, Angel Reese. I want to talk about your guys' team and playing together. So I felt like that was a cool thing where it's like you could really tap in. I think it really like grew the individual players' brands. And then, yes, if obviously Unrivaled will continue, but you felt like they really supported you in that and being able to kind of like do that while you were there in Miami.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we played either Friday, Saturday, or Monday. So all the other times, like they filled in time for like media stuff if you wanted to go do it or if you wanted to film this or that. I mean, Angel filmed a few episodes of her podcast there. Like they had the different tools and stuff to be able to do it. And then the brand partnerships we would work with them. We had Sephora, we used Samsung, like a lot of different partnerships that we were able to come close contact with because we were just all there. And so they would be like, okay, let's work with this person, let's work with that person. So it was kind of organic, but everybody being in one place really, really helped.
Wait, I got to ask real fast. What was your thoughts on the open mics and the huddles?
Hated them.
Okay.
I hated them. Why are you all up in the business? First of all, I don't like that in like NBA or WNBA when they filming the play that you're doing. Like that's why people in football like they cover their mouths. Like, what are we doing here? Why are you in individual things? And everybody's going to talk shit in the huddles.
Of course.
You got to.
Of course. I know when the Sabrina
get
thing.
the mics out of here.
When the Angel Reese Sabrina thing went viral, I was like, this is
normal.
Everybody's like, everybody's
going to
be like, put them in a pick and roll. They can't guard it. Like it's the same thing,
of course,
But of course, it got heightened, and it just took off.
You've talked a lot, and we've actually been there for one of these speeches when Candace retired. Just like the importance of her mentorship for you, and just like bringing up a young player. And it seemed like you're stepping into that role. You had, big superstar Angel Reese on your team. Like, what's that like going into that vet role, her coming off her rookie season, obviously being who she is? Like, how did you kind of take her under your wing, and what's it like for you to step into that role now that you're just an old head, Chelsea?
I know. Welcome. First of all, I was like, where did this tide turn? Like, it just happened.
What happened?
That's how it happens.
So fast. I was looking at our roster. I think I'm about to, like, for the Aces, I think I'm about to be the oldest player. Like, I was just like, what is happening? Like, what is going on?
Overnight.
So I was like, oh man, this is really happening, and my teammates are gonna get on me. But yeah, she called me grandma and everything. I was like, that's just not fair. It's just not okay. Yeah. So, but it was great, man. Like, obviously, people like the league paired us together to maybe help, and like I saw like potential where she could go as a post player when she's paired with a good guard. And so everybody knows like I need a post player, a pick and roll person, like somebody to catch it. She stays after late. She gets shots up. Like, she got better. You saw her progressively get better. I would like to think that part of it was playing with me, but I'm never going to be the one to take credit for that. But like, man, it takes time to like build chemistry with someone. But like, when I say you're seeing up close and personal her rebounding and like how she has like a knack for the ball, it's actually pretty crazy. And so I feel like you never really know a person. Like, you have friends and stuff outside, but when you're teammates, like there's just like a different level of like bond and like understanding of a person. And so I understood like the way she motivates herself and players. She don't talk shit 24/7, and she gonna get everybody else hype. And so being around that, I was like, okay, I see how kind of you operate and how you get better.
Yeah, how was it to play? I mean, you've obviously played, USA basketball where you're bringing a bunch of different people together, or you played on different teams. What was it like playing with all these people you normally would never play with? And now you're going to have to go back and bust their ass every game.
It was cool, like, to kind of form something. Everybody looked to me to be the leader. Like, sometimes you have like a couple on your team. It's like they're there for that one. It was like I was talking, I was helping with the play. I was like, oh, we could do this action. Like, it kind of gave me like a blank slate to like bring something together. And that's, I think, what I had so much fun with is bringing like different people together that you would not put on a WNBA team for real. Like, you wouldn't put them all together. So it was dope of how, like, to lead different people in different ways. Like, you don't talk to people the same way. Everybody says that, like, you have to lead different people in it, but like, let me see you do it. And so me going there and actually doing it kind of proved something to myself. Like, I can do this with different combinations and not like the same people. So I was proud of that for myself.
Can you guys just have a little point guard talk? Because obviously we watched all of the games and we loved watching you. And it's like, I feel like if you're a good, smart point guard, 3-on-3, you were like, well, there's no help, so I'll just pick this shit apart. Like you guys do a little point guard thing.
It's crazy. Like, there's so much space.
Yeah, it's like point guard, pick and roll point guard's dream.
Yeah.
It's why what I always say, it's why when you go back to your, WNBA teams, what do you do on defense? When you're trying to work on defense, you do 3-on-3 because it's impossible to stop the offense. So
exactly.
So playing
it was
offense
like they were
on this
rolling and there was no help side. It was like there was no shakeup. There was nothing. There was not another defender. So I was like, all right, this is pretty easy. Now when I'm about to play 5-on-5 tomorrow, I'll be like, all right, there's another person back there.
Wait, have you gone full length? Like a 90?
I'm going. This is my first time going tomorrow since
I need to know.
Like I'm gonna be like, oh man, there is a backside now.
Yeah, I need to know what it's like. That was the other thing we talked about, like the adjustment of going back is gonna be just different. You'll adjust quick.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of time, but everything happens in like a 3-man action anyways. Like on 5-on-5, like you always have to account for that third player.
Were you mentally jotting things down to use against players when you come back to the W from your team?
Jotting things down. I got a little notes. I got what people like to do, like which way they like to go. I know you gotta, you exploit those tendencies when you're teammates, but later, but it's the same thing like in USA basketball. Like we would be like, all right, let's have her curl, let's have Asia curl and go left. All right, but when we playing against her, let's try to stop her and make it go right. So it's kind of like the same thing, but I got little tricks and little things that I found out.
I'd be doing the same shit. I'd be doing the same thing.
You got to.
So wait, I know the free agency chatter had to have been hot. What was it like being
a lot?
Yeah, what was it like being there, having WNBA free agency going on at the same time?
If anybody don't say in Unrivaled is in a tampering type of field, I don't know what the hell it is. Like everybody's like, oh, yeah.
It used to be the USA basketball bus.
Exactly. It used to be the USA basketball bus train in like little camps and stuff. You have a bunch of people like, oh, where are you going? Oh, where are you going? Unrivaled is the tampering bucket. And then you have coaches come in and just like they're meeting people, all this different stuff. Like everybody in the weight room, oh, we do that exercise here and so we do this. Oh, you don't even have to worry about that in this place. Like, what are we talking about here? It was cool, but it was just like everybody just trying to get everybody. Honestly. But the free agency was crazy for us, and they were just like, so that's what y'all had in the works all this time. I was like, I'm just quiet over here, just doing my lift.
Oh yeah, you're quiet over there doing your lift,
just doing my little lift.
Yeah, real quiet.
Just doing it.
Wink like this to Jewel real quick.
You look great, Jewel. You look great.
Yeah.
How would you like to see Unrivaled grow next year? Like, what would you like? Are you open to traveling more? Did you like it that it was more in one place? How would you like to see it play out next year? Because it seemed like people want to do it. It seemed like it was really good for players, and it was a good environment for that time.
Yeah, it was. It was the one. We got to get new referees up in there, man, because they had to. They had some issues.
I saw some retreads though. I saw some familiar faces.
Yeah, it's interesting. One thing that's like, it's like how you build the league, but the way fans and everybody watches it, all you see are the bench. You don't see any fans like when you watch it on TV. So I think if they change that, it kind of draws people in a little bit differently. And so that in that case, they would add more fans because it was packed out. It was great. Like the environment was great. It felt loud and it felt like there were more people. So I think adding more fans, they got to change maybe the structure of one-on-one. You had 6'5" going against 5'8", and it's like in a 5-on-5 format, you're bringing a double every time. So maybe there's like a height requirement or like it's hard to do by position because somebody like in the league
Satu.
DB
or
or
DB.
Satu, right? They're 6'5", but they're guards, you know?
right.
So maybe you do like a height requirement. Type of thing. And then I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are going to want to come play now because they've seen the product and seen that it's good. So how do you like incorporate different people? And then I would like to travel maybe one destination, maybe during NBA All-Star, like we go somewhere where NBA All-Star is. It's in LA. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So maybe we travel to one destination, and little by little maybe we'll travel a little bit more, but I would like to see us maybe go on the road one trip.
Yeah, like one trip. I know there's all kinds of talk like, do you put the franchises in one city? And now and then I'm like, we're traveling every week. Nobody wants to do that. I felt like it was great that it was all in one place, easier on your guys' body as everybody's kind of like preparing for the season and like through preseason. Do you think that there's going to be leftover beefs from, this is what I care about, leftover beefs
already not.
or
Absolutely.
dramas that come into the W? I want to see it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. What are we saying here? Of course. Everybody's going to be thinking like, oh, when I played you last, this is what happened. This is what you said to me. I can't wait. I'll be like, ooh, look at this matchup. When is that? Let's watch that on TV. Yeah, it's gonna spill over to the W for sure.
Yeah, I feel like players were a little looser with the shit talk in this
Oh,
than they
for
are
sure.
in the W.
You have to talk. You have to talk shit in 3-on-3. It's like ISO ball.
Because you're in it.
Like,
Yeah. I was going to say.
you're in it, man. Like you gotta. They let a little like leash go on the talking shit sometimes. So it's like you gotta do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So 3-on-3, you just brought this up. You're in it. You're in every possession. Your offense, defense, you can't hide, all of that. You were coming off a little bit. I know you injured yourself in 2023, and we talked about the mental aspect, but talk about the physical aspect. Now you're going into this unrivaled season. It's like you literally can't hide physically. You got to be out there moving. So did it help with your confidence? Like what did Unrivaled do for you, like from a physical standpoint?
It definitely gave me confidence that you still got it and your body is still like in a great place. It took some time, took a lot longer time than I thought it would.
Yeah.
But I knew that I eventually would get to that place. And so it hit right on time. We always say you want to be playing your best basketball playoffs or whatever, but I was really playing like you saw like the increase. You get like your legs underneath you, you're in good shape and conditioning. And you can go for longer. And so now when you're heading into playoffs and stuff, I'm playing almost the entire damn game and like efficient in doing it. And so I felt a level of confidence like, all right, I'm good. Like I wasn't thinking about my foot. I wasn't thinking about his body, like nothing. I was just going out there and playing. And so it brought me back to like 2021, 2022, and most of 2023.
We don't talk about 2022 here. We don't talk about 2022 here.
Why not?
What
happened?
You never even missed a shot against Seattle. What the
We
fuck?
don't talk about 2022
yeah, but
here.
it was great. My body was great. So I was just relating it to that time, you know what I'm saying? That was a great series, by the way.
It was a great series.
It was so good.
It was a great series. Sorry, back to what you were saying.
My body just felt great. And so when you have that, like, I had time after season to get it together and then ramp up into Unrivaled and then get to Unrivaled. Like, it just made it so much smoother, and then mentally it felt a lot better. It was like, finally kind of feeling.
Yeah, any athlete, and Megan and I have both had this experience that has had to, rehab's one thing, right? There's the rehab that gets you healthy enough to start your like progression on court. But anybody who's had to do that in front of people, it's a different beast. Behind closed doors, you get to make your mistakes, you get to try things, you get to see what feels good, see what doesn't. In front of people is tough. So I just want to say, like, I can only imagine how difficult 2024 was and how amazing it
was-
must feel now. And I understand. I get why you have receipts. I am curious where you keep them, who's on them, like what kind of receipts we're talking about.
We got tweets, we got screenshots of messages, we got Instagram posts, we got everything, because it's just like I've had this career thus far and I've done all this stuff, and in one season it takes away all that stuff. Like, and a lot of people understood that I was injured. Even people that I'm playing against are just like, "Oh no, we got it." And I'm like, y'all know I'm injured, right? Like, coaches, yeah. I'm just like, that's crazy to me. So, man, I'm excited for like 2025 just to feel like myself. It's not even about them anymore. I'll be able to show the receipts later.
Love it.
I know it is something of a little gift to get that like motivation and chip on your shoulder as an older player, because it gets harder. You've won championships, you've won gold medals, like you've done it all. And so sometimes it's like, yeah, you still have that motivation, but now people pissed you off and you're like, okay,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
for no
you.
reason.
Yeah.
You could have just been like, oh, she's injured, let's see what she looks like. Nope.
Yeah.
They didn't want to do that.
Yeah,
And
sure.
so after Unrivaled, people were like, oh, okay. And I was like, yep.
Yeah.
Be scared.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, looking forward to this W season. The Aces have added our beloved Jewel.
We love Jewel.
We love you, Jewel. Devastating. really good for you guys. What excites you about playing with Jewel? You've also obviously played with Jewel in USA basketball for a long time, but how do you see her fitting into the Aces? This is scary.
Yeah, it's actually perfect, man. She fits our system. And like coming off of pin downs, playing fast, like catch and shoot threes in transition. Like we can multiple people can bring the ball up. She fits, man. And she's a winner. She's won before. Like she understands what it takes. She's won on different levels. So when you incorporate and we've already had like a little bit of chemistry. Like we've had conversations and like we've hung out off the court. So
In the tampering
people
bucket?
understand. No, I'm not gonna put that out there.
You were just getting coffee.
At USA basketball and on the bus,
Fair.
Yeah, okay.
I'll take it.
So it's just like it's kind of gonna be like familiar, but it's gonna take time to like play with everyone else and like get the terminology down. Now I'm excited, man. She has a skill set that fits perfectly with our team.
Yeah, she definitely does.
Oh yeah,
It is scary.
I know. Jewel.
Yeah.
Jewel,
There's a lot. It's gonna
okay.
be.
It's okay, guys.
We're recovering. No. The WNBA is. There's like a lot of good teams this season. I'm really excited for the season.
A lot of parity throughout the league.
Yeah. It's like we've had years of parity. We've had years where one team kind of dominated throughout and then ended up winning. 2023 felt like the super team era with you in New York. And it's nice to see this evolution. And something else that is evolving is the WNBA tunnel fit. So what are we going to see from you in 2025?
I actually got to meet with my stylist in like a few weeks. I'm like trying to change some things, trying to figure out some stuff. Like I actually want to like maybe twist it and change it a little bit.
Love it.
It's the wardrobe. We've thrown some stuff out and like coming in with the new. So we'll see. I'm definitely going to like push the envelope a little bit more this season, which is pretty cool. And then I'm working on the body, so I gotta have like different fits, right? So I could be able to wear stuff that I wasn't really able to wear last year.
You got
When you
right.
come back from injury, your wardrobe is a little different, But now, I'm back. I'm good.
Oh, I love that. I love
man.
that.
All right, a couple more before we let you go. The NCAA tournament is in full effect. Yo, your Dukies did all right.
Oh,
Your Dukies did
they
well.
were this close.
This close.
The experience, man.
It
It was
caught
just
up.
like, it definitely caught up. But super proud of them. They were almost there. I was
Yeah.
about to be on Dawn's ass. I was gonna be her. I was gonna be on Asia. Like, oh,
I know that I
this
was going to
close.
ask, how's it feel to lose again? These bets keep
Sucks.
piling up.
Our group chat is ridiculous. I wish I could share it, but there's just so many cuss words, and like we were both watching the TV like this, like we were just like, oh, I can't breathe, like our stomach, all this stuff. So, man, it was this close. 2 minutes. All it takes is like 2 minutes in a different game. They were up 6 with like a little bit of time left, but man,
Yeah, it was tough.
That
So
broke my heart.
So now that the Final Four is set, we've got Texas versus South Carolina, UConn versus UCLA. Give us your quick picks.
Oh, I got South Carolina beating Texas. And then I got UCLA's kind of. I'm nervous about this post.
Same.
That's the only part. Paige is on a different level right now. AZ is on a different level, but the post play and UCLA's shooting ability, if they have to go double, is a problem. But I don't know. I'm gonna go UConn in the finals.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta go with Coach Staley. I'm sorry, Sue. I
I could
gotta
see
go.
you looking at me and you didn't want to say it. You could say it. I'm 20
Yeah, I
plus
gotta.
years removed. It's all good.
Yeah, I gotta go because, and also they beat my Blue Devils. If you're gonna beat us, you better win the
Yeah.
damn thing. Like,
So that's
win the
so
damn
funny.
thing.
That is so funny you brought
always
this
ask
up.
this.
We talked about this. I feel the opposite.
Sue's like,
Oh, you don't want them to win.
yeah.
No.
Sue's like, if you beat me, I want you to die.
I want you to literally die the next day.
And I'm just like, but then you lost to the best team.
No, I want it to be like a fluke.
She doesn't want to accept
I
the
can
loss.
see. I could see that. So, yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm
I
the
can see it both
opposite.
ways.
Yeah, I'm like, if you beat me, go on and win.
I'm like, no,
Fine.
I hate
Yeah.
you now. I hate you forever.
I know.
wanna
I
see
don't want
you-
anybody to win. I'm like, restart. I'm like, restart it all. Well, we don't restart after losing, after I lose.
No, I think
I don't like it.
I think the real reason is, you know what? I'm going to use 2022. You guys beat us fair and square, great series. But now I'm watching you win and I'm like, that could have been us. Whereas I don't know
that's true.
I didn't feel you ended up playing Connecticut. I didn't feel that way about Connecticut. I wasn't cheering against you for what it's worth. But in that moment, I was like, that could have been us. And that's why.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah.
You're like,
I understand. Honestly, I was like no shade to Connecticut. So I was like, whoever gets out of our series is gonna win the whole damn thing.
You know what? Put a bookmark in this. We're going to bring you back on the show one day. And we're going to talk all about that series.
Break it down.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
'Cause
so
there's
good.
so
There's so
much.
many nuggets.
So many
There's so
nuggets.
much that happens.
So much. We're going to break that series down.
Each game.
And the reason why you're the perfect person to do that, because we got a commentator
I know.
in our midst.
I know. We want to talk about it. So you're with the
Yeah.
Kings again. This is my hometown team. I'm from Reading, which is a couple hours north of Sacramento. Until honestly, they were terrible, and then I had to move the Warriors because the Kings were
I've
bad for
always
like
been a
forever.
Warrior fan.
Yeah.
They were good. They
Yeah,
had
they were good
chances.
for a while. But yeah, just talk to us about that. Like, what are you getting at? You're such a creative player, and like your court vision, everything is just like so next level. So, are you taking that into the broadcast? Are the things that you're like able to take with you from broadcasting? Like, how are you enjoying that, and how's that all playing out?
It's pretty dope to be able to like watch something and like I can explain it like a basketball player, like if I was in the locker room, but to be able to break it down and have a conversation about it for the casual fan, it like is something different like in your head that you have to do to be able to use the words and explain it a little bit differently. So I think it's helped me as a leader of like with communicating with different people because they might not see it the same way I do. So I feel like that's one way that it's helped me on and off the court. But I just like talking hoops, man. And I hadn't been like, I've been around like the college game and talking about it a little bit with ACC Network, but I never got into the NBA space. So it's like the plays and how they run and how they like go up and down. It's totally different. And so I'm just like, dunk that thing. Like before I would never say that.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty cool. And I have an opportunity to go back to California and like see family. My brother still lives out there. In the Bay. So it's been pretty cool to do like the traveling back and forth a little bit. And it's not too far from Vegas.
Are you on the like move over Candace path or what? Like,
No, we can do it together right
okay,
here.
you can
Talk
do it
about it.
together. I love that.
Yeah,
On the
yeah,
same
yeah.
desk. I would love that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would love that.
All
That'll
right.
be dope.
We got some
That would be dope.
games. We like to play
All right.
bench start cut on this show. So we got 3. They're not that bad. I promise.
easy ones
We got
today.
3 easy categories for you.
Easy. Okay.
All right, here we go. Would you rather a game of 1-on-1, 3-on-3, 5-on-5? Bench start cut.
All right. I'm gonna start 5-on-5. I'm gonna bench 3-on-3, and I'm cutting 1-on-1.
All right, 1-on-1's out.
1-on-1's out.
Okay.
1-on-1's out.
Next up, Duke edition. This one's a little tricky because one of these people did not play at Duke, but Kara Lawson Elena Beard, Lindsay Harding.
What? That is insane. Something they're pretty easy. Starting Elena all day.
Fair. I agree.
I'm starting Elena all day. This is Duke career. We talk about pro career.
I guess college career. Because Kara went to Tennessee.
Okay, I went to Tennessee, yeah. Oh, this is gonna hurt my soul. All right, I'm gonna start Elena. I'm going to bench. Oh, Lindsay was okay. I gotta bench Lindsay and then cut Kara.
Sorry, Coach
You
Kara.
got to cut her.
You're
Damn
out.
it, because she don't wear the
Yeah,
she don't wear
no, I
the
know.
Duke blue. She wear the Duke blue as a coach. That's tough.
That's it.
That's why it's
Yeah.
not that hard for you.
Yeah.
That's why I was
Go
gonna
cut
say.
her.
That's true.
She didn't make the cut. She didn't make
All
the
right,
cut.
this last one is a babysitter edition. Who would you allow
crazy.
to babysit Lennox? Asia Wilson, Jackie Young, or Sydney Colson? Bench star cut.
They're all fired.
They're all cut.
I'm going to start Asia. I'm going to bench Sydney. I gotta cut Jackie. I gotta cut
Really?
her.
Kind of
Yes,
tracks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta cut her. I gotta cut Jack. I gotta cut Jack. She's around Lennox all the time. Like they have their own little like high five and stuff. But she's like, here, take him back. Take him back.
She's not
take him
changing the
back."
diapers.
Well,
She's not changing the diapers.
yes, she wouldn't hold him for a long time because he's like, he's too fragile. I'm like, what? He's fine.
They're
Yeah.
like
So that's the only
indestructible.
reason why.
All right, fair.
Only reason why.
I love it. Love it. That's funny.
That is funny. We really appreciate you taking the time. This is Chelsea Gray, everybody. Finals
Oh my
MVP
God.
of Unrivaled, but we obviously know her from the Olympics, WNBA champion, you name it. I mean, congrats on an amazing Unrivaled season. And I think we're all
Thank
looking
you.
forward to seeing what you do with Vegas this summer. Back to yourself.
Thank you guys.
It's amazing to
Thank
see.
you guys.
The
I hope to
receipt
see you guys
season.
this summer.
Oh, yeah, the
the
receipt
receipt season.
season.
I got a
This is the
little
receipt season.
file.
Yeah.
Files.
No, we appreciate you
We'll
coming
bring
on.
things.
We'll see you in Tampa.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Chelsea.
Thanks, Chels.
All right.
Support for A Touch More comes from Degree. You want to stay active without worrying about smell, and you can do that with some help from Degree. So the next time you catch a whiff of your pits while you're holding a yoga pose, or a whiff of your feet while changing your shoes, it can be a much more pleasant scent. Like, say, a citrus grove, or fresh cut flowers, or a nice coastal breeze. Degree Whole Body Deodorant Spray offers all-day odor protection for all those in-between places that tend to catch an aroma. Pits, chest, thighs, and more. It provides 72-hour odor control, and it's dermatologist tested and free of aluminum. It's designed to leave less residue and dries quickly after spraying, with a light and refreshing feeling on the skin. Whether you're hitting the gym, running errands, or just going about your day, Degree Whole Body Deodorant Spray can keep you feeling fresh everywhere. Buy the new Degree Whole Body Deo for under $10 at Walmart now. The inaugural MVP of Unrivaled, the one-on-one champ of Unrivaled, the co-founder of Unrivaled. We're sticking with Unrivaled today, not every single one of your other accomplishments. We'd be here for an hour. Napheesa Collier, welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you.
So good to have you here. Dang, Fee, you started a whole ass league.
I know.
I know. Crazy.
Is it like kind of wild to think about that?
Sometimes I feel like just because, I mean, from it coming from an idea to have it, to see it in action, like, especially the opening when all the players got there, like when everyone saw the facilities, that was like a really, oh my goodness moment. But yeah, sometimes it's cool to reflect on, like, this was just an idea we had one day and then we were able to bring it to life. So it was pretty
Do
cool.
you feel like a sense of responsibility? Like, did this season you feel a sense of responsibility for everybody's happiness?
A little bit, yeah.
I bet.
Yeah, I think I've made this analogy before, but it felt like when you throw a party, you're so invested making sure that everybody has fun, as opposed to like when you're just showing up, you know, you don't care if you're having fun or not. So like I felt really invested of, you know, do they have what they need? Are they having fun? Do they like the format? So I definitely did feel that pressure a little bit.
Okay, we'll get into some of those things you might improve for season 2 of Unrivaled a little bit later. But first, as Megan mentioned, you were the MVP. You won the one-on-one tournament, but something we discussed, not argued, it was more like a discussion. I think we're on the same page was, if you had to choose one, do you want to win the one-on-one tournament and get the money, $200K, or would you rather have won the whole thing, your team, the Owls?
Yeah, I would have rather us win the whole thing because obviously, like, the money is great. Like, obviously, the money is more, but I really, similar to the W season, I just really love the team so much, and it felt like we just put in the work. It really felt like the same situation. Like, we just put in the work. Our team gelled so well. We were doing so well the whole season. And so to lose in the semifinals was really hard, especially because everyone was preying on our downfall. So we really wanted to win. So I would have rather us taken home that championship.
Why do you think they were preying on your downfall, Fee?
I think we were just winning too much.
I think it was the dominance.
It wasn't the Hootie Hoos, don't worry. It wasn't the Hootie Hoos.
Yeah, they didn't like the Hootie Hoos for sure.
No, the Owls were dominant like all season long, on and off the court. I feel like it was just seemed like from the jump, you guys were sort of everywhere. When did you realize that there was like something special going on with the team? Because you guys came right out the gate.
I honestly think probably our first day of practice, we were scrimmaging from day one. And after especially our first practice, I had heard that a lot of people weren't doing that. And so already I kind of felt like we were ahead of the curve just because, the number one thing with these teams, everyone is talented. This is the 30 best players in the league. Chemistry is what's going to set you apart. So the fact that we were building that from the beginning, already scrimmaging, we were mixing up our lineups already. So putting different people in, like, what do you like to do? I like to catch the ball here. Having those conversations from the beginning, I felt really good. And then it kind of just snowballed. And that's one of our messages, like our mantras for the whole season was stack days. And so I felt like we had that really good day. And then we continued to just keep piling on after that.
You obviously have chemistry with Courtney Williams already since you guys play together in Minnesota. Who else did you click with like fast?
I think Skylar. I really, really liked Skylar. And I don't know. I just really like Skylar. I think she's such a dog. And I think sometimes she gets a bad rap and I just don't understand it. I think if you're like a competitor and you want to win, you're going to like Skylar. She's really hard on herself and her teammates. But like at the end of the day, she only cares about winning and making herself and everyone better. And no one holds Skylar more accountable than Skylar holds Skylar. So it's like,
That's true.
I just respect that so much. So I just really liked her. I really liked playing with her. I liked her mentality, the way that like she approached the game was so professional. So
I did. One of my favorite parts of the whole season was Skylar in the one-on-one. And she was like, obviously
full
she's
strategy
small.
mode.
Yeah. And she's like, this is what happened. But she was just like, I'm here. I'm putting it all out there. Like, I want to win. I'm going to try my absolute hardest. Like, if I win, whatever. I mean, she ended up getting back down in the post probably because the height difference was happening there. But yeah, Skylar's definitely fun to watch. We love having her.
Absolutely. Yeah, we love her in Seattle. Was there anybody that like impressed you, but maybe surprised you a little bit? Not just on your team. It could be anybody in the league.
Yeah. Aaliyah Edwards, I think, because, just being in Washington, they didn't play very well last year. I think people weren't just watching them a lot, myself included, like I can admit that. And so seeing her here, especially, of course, like the one-on-one tournament where she came out and just did so well. I played her in the finals. She was a really hard opponent. Like I definitely wasn't taking her lightly. I think she just has a pretty high ceiling. I think she's really has a lot of talent and she's getting her skill up more and more. And I could even see a difference from the beginning of the season to the one-on-one tournament to the end of the season. So I really feel like she used Unrivaled well to kind of build her skill and confidence.
Yeah, you could see it also as like a fan watching. And now it's like we're all going to get to see how all these players take all of what they've done in Unrivaled into the WNBA season. And something that I noticed right away was I was like, oh my God, everybody's going to be in amazing shape. Everybody is going to be in bomb shape. And I'm curious if you can sense that. Can you feel that now in comparison to previous off seasons?
Yeah, I would say yes. I mean, honestly, the truth is, no matter how hard you train, if you're not playing basketball, you're not going to be in basketball shape. And so us being not only in basketball shape, but like 3-on-3 full court basketball shape is, I think, really valuable. And of course, the whole point of the season was for us to, get our skill set better. And I feel like I did, I feel like our team did. We use all the tools at our disposal to do that. So I think it'll be really interesting to see people's the numbers on how they start this year as compared to other years, because I mean, we obviously had like a whole nother season, especially now with people not going overseas as much. It's really hard, like I said, just to simulate that in the off season. So it'll be interesting to see how the W season starts.
Yeah, I was going to say Unrivaled filled this void that like was such an asset for you guys. I mean, it was tough. Also, you had to go overseas, but you're playing nonstop. Like, I totally agree. If you're not in the game and like actually playing, like that's where you really cut your teeth. But how much are you looking forward or like thinking what Unrivaled could be in the future? Whether that's like traveling. I mean, you tell me the ways in which you're already thinking and the ways that it can grow, but it just seems like it stepped into this void in a really amazing way that was super beneficial for the players.
Yeah, thanks. We are already thinking about the future. The team honestly is amazing. I really can't take credit for all the things that they've been able to do. The way that they have just like fleshed this out is so detailed. So in year 2, we're looking at tour stops, which will be really, really fun, where we go to a city for a night. We're playing in a full arena. So we'll bring our court, but in like a full size arena. And the idea is, if you bring the best players in the league to your town for one night, you're going to come watch. So we'll make it like a fan event. Cool. We'll have all that stuff out play in the arena. So obviously more seats. So that will be really cool. And then, yeah, just looking to what the future is. We're in this spot or in Miami for another year. We had like a 2-year lease, but after that, like, growth.
I love it.
Yeah.
Have you guys talked about, it felt like for me, one of the bigger issues was just the injury of it all, right? Teams getting hit with injury bug with only like a 6-person roster and it's 3-on-3. It's going to be tough. Is there anything you guys are thinking about around that?
Yeah. So for this year, we had, you saw players coming in and being on different teams. So for next year, we'll have a player pool of players. So they'll be there the entire season. And so they get to train and do all that stuff. They won't be on a team unless someone gets hurt. So that will be, you're not flying people in and out. They kind of know everything. They have their physicals done. So keeping them there the whole season.
Super smart. Yeah. I figured that was probably the one thing, just in terms of the actual play in the team, that was going to have to be addressed. So that's good. All right. So we had Chelsea Gray on. We talked Unrivaled with her as well before we brought you here. And I had to ask, what was it like during WNBA free agency? She basically called it, she called it a tampering bucket. I was like, it's destination tampering. What was it like?
Yeah. I don't want to use the word tampering, but it was definitely, how could you not? We're in such a confined space. You see everybody every single day. Obviously, conversations are going to happen. Next year will be very interesting. It'll be a hot spot.
So interesting.
I'm already stressed thinking about every single player except for rookies off their contracts, plus 2 new teams. Just naturally, you're going to have those conversations. This is going to be the place to be next year for sure. But it was really cool also to do that because you're getting to interact with players that you don't normally get to in this way, especially. And you get to see, it's not texting or DMing, do you want to come play with us? Or what do you want in a team? You're having those face-to-face conversations. So you get to read people more. You get to see what they want. You get to do your pitch or whatever it is more. So it was really cool to kind of see that in real time.
That is cool. Okay, I'm not going to bring up old shit. I know it's a painful subject. Last year, we were there for the finals, there for the final game. Obviously, it didn't go your way. You've talked a lot about how that anger's driving you. As soon as Unrivaled started, I was like, Fee is literally going scorched earth on fucking everybody. Is this your vibe going into the W season?
Yeah, for sure. I think it was just such a horrible feeling. You guys play sports, the losses hurt so much more even than the wins feel good. So I feel like I wanted to use it I feel like I had the time to lick my wounds, just be really angry about the whole situation, whatever your take is on that. But then I wanted to use it. I just want to that be the end of the story and I'm just wallowing in that. I wanted to use it to get better so that I'm not complaining about the same thing next year. I'm trying to get better, use Unrivaled for exactly what it is, in the weight room with the trainers, with my skills development coaches, just trying to put myself in the position where I can control as much as I can. So we're not in that position next year where calls are being determined at the end of the game. Hopefully we're up by so much that, it doesn't matter. So I try to use it, turn it into a positive growth moment for that way.
Okay, so that's you and your individual mindset. What do you think from a Link standpoint? What do you think you guys need to get better at, work on to have a repeat of what happened last year? And maybe a different outcome, but you get my point.
Appearance in the finals.
Yes.
Repeat.
Yeah. I haven't had this question before. This is a good one. I think, Honestly, I think the name of the game is depth for everyone in the league, just for longevity. We're adding 4 games, and the series is going to be 7-game series. So I think adding players, making sure that we get the best we can out of this, like training camp and who we're bringing to the team, because everyone kind of knows who their core is, and your core people are going to do what they do. But having people who can come in and score when you're not in, like we really struggled our last game and some of the other games where we didn't have scoring, and then people come off the bench and I think depth. So making sure that everyone. Depth. Sorry, I'm talking in circles, but I think depth is what it is. We need more depth.
Well, you had to have been happy to see how Kayla played in Unrivaled.
Yeah, she did very well.
I was really impressed with her. I had a feeling that I was team Laces. I'm not going to lie at the start. Just roster makeup. I was like, oh.
I think a lot of people were.
I was like, oh, I'm like, this is going to be a problem. Like just the makeup of it. But I knew Kayla, quick trigger. Like the way she can get to the rim. People I don't think talk about her defense enough. And in 3-on-3, you're on an island the whole time. So I was really impressed with her play. So I'm sure you guys are excited about that.
I've never seen somebody shoot the ball so fast.
I know, it's crazy.
It's just like, and you could, it's like
her feet barely touch the ground, and then she's just shooting.
It barely touches her hands. All right, we're gonna switch over to college basketball a little bit. We are in the midst of the NCAA tournament. The Final Four is set. UConn is back in it. Let's go.
I mean, you've been in it. You've been in it.
We're going to get to that. I got to ask you, did you see the clip of Coach Auriemma, quote unquote, crying?
Yeah, I did.
What did you think?
It kind of looked like he was crying in the clip.
No way was he crying.
It looked like something
smelled bad.
I don't know. I can't picture him crying after a
Sweet 16 game or whatever it was.
Yeah, like a Sweet 16 game. It looked like he was crying. I can't actually picture him crying, but I could see him doing it on their actual last game because he loves Paige.
I agree. I think he goes home and cries. No way he cries at the podium like that.
He would never give any of you guys the satisfaction of crying. He would never give that to any of you.
To be fair, maybe this is the first time for everything, because she's the only one I've seen slap his ass and he's fine with it. So
great point. I know. I've seen a couple of head rubs. I've seen a couple of head rubs. I've never seen the ass slap.
Yeah.
Probably threw him. I mean, this man never gets thrown off his game. That probably threw him.
It probably did.
Threw him.
You got his ass tapped and he's crying. It's a whole
You
thing.
think there's a chance? You think there's a chance? I don't know. Okay, speaking of chances, how do you feel about UConn's chances in the Final Four?
I feel like this is the best chance we've had in a really long time, honestly.
I agree.
I'm going to go as far as say I think this is the best chance since my team left.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go that far.
What was that, 19?
I think so. And we left in 19. Yeah. I thought we had a really good chance in 18. But yeah, it's just they've been so up and down since then. Injuries and just players not stepping up at the right times. But I feel like Paige is really coming to her own. Like, she's being so aggressive. The way that she's being aggressive now is I think what he's been trying to pull out of her for years, and she's just matured into it now. AZ's playing really well. Sarah is doing so well. I'm so impressed with her. So I think, and then Chen is really good. The way she attacks and facilitates. What's her name? Ashlyn. She's just a really hard-nosed player. I think they just have all the tools to win this year. I'm excited.
Well, you did say the magic word. Megan's magic word is Sarah Strong.
Oh my God.
She's obsessed.
Yeah. From the
awesome.
First game I saw her play this year, I was like, oh, she's different. Yeah, I wanted to ask you what you thought about her. Obviously, you being a super versatile big, she can dribble, she can rebound, she can shoot. Her game is smooth. What do you see in her? What do you like about her game?
Honestly, the thing I'm most impressed with, yes, all of that stuff, but I think her poise as a freshman is so impressive. She looks like she's been playing for a long time, and that's hard to do as a freshman and at UConn. So I'm really impressed with that. Even in her interviews, she just seems really mature for her age. And I think that's the hardest part I think that's what I grew in the most in my time at all, is just the poise you have as a player. You always have your skill. So the fact she has that so young, I'm really impressed with that.
Yeah, she's like unfazed and so chill, and she's just like, okay. I think it's helped bring Paige out of her game because I feel like there's always a lot of pressure. They've had a ton of injuries. A lot has been on Paige's shoulders, and now she has like, and honestly, like, without another superstar or without like another like proper number 2 for a while now, and now she has Sarah, which is like even the beginning of the game. In the last game. I mean, Sarah's just like walking into threes and just like, okay, I'm here.
Just
like,
keeping the lock in the beginning.
Yeah, definitely. You're absolutely right. Because Paige she's had these big games the last few times out, 3 times out, I think. But I feel like it's always come in the second half. So to have somebody who can that's a really good point, babe. Good job. Up top.
Yeah, it takes the heat off.
Yes. I'm watching basketball
mind over here.
I'm watching basketball.
Who knew?
Yeah, I know. You're doing some really in-depth takes over there.
She really knows.
I love it.
I say it all the time.
I'm
Yeah.
a super fan.
You really know. So let's bring it back to Paige for a second. Just like your relationship with her, Paige will obviously go number 1. We're going to have, I think it's like 17 or 18 UConn players in the WNBA. Yeah. Just carrying on that legacy and what you see from her.
I'm really excited about Paige. As you know, as a point guard, like that is our weakest area as a whole. There's just not a lot of true point guards anymore. And I don't know if Paige is a true point guard because she can score so well. But I just am really excited for what she brings to the league. I think she's a really smart player. She's really versatile, which is fun to watch. She's just one of those players that's going to make the league better. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see that.
From a business perspective as well. I mean, we're obviously seeing like NIL and the growth of women's sports and the growth of women's basketball. And you're now having like another bona fide superstar bringing so much attention into the league wherever she goes and like the storylines that follow her. I think that's going to be big for everybody.
No, I totally agree. Yeah, she. It's funny you bring up point guards. Obviously, I think about this more than anything. And there has been just like a little bit of just like a gap, right? There hasn't really had like a true one come around, and I'm starting to wonder: do we need to let go of the true point guard? Is the new point guard? Yeah. Is that
like the true big?
Yeah. Do we need to like just let go and kind of embrace a more versatile point guard, right? Someone who. If you had like a scale, the scoring is like tipping a little bit more, or it's tipping a little bit more towards the scoring, and that is now the new point guard. This is not really a question. You have an answer. Great.
No. I was just going to build on that. I think yes, because with how talented everybody is, you can't have someone on the floor who can't score anymore. You know what I mean? Like you just like you can't have someone on the floor that can't shoot a 3 anymore. So I think yes. I think we're going away from any true position. Honestly, the more versatile, like. Satu, they call her the unicorn, but like everyone has to be a unicorn now. You have to be able to do everything to be in this league.
Yeah, and I think for the point guard, to your point about Paige, if you do have a little bit of point guard in you, combined with that scoring, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Now you might be. Now it might. Yeah, right. That's the new unicorn because I would say the 4 in women's basketball is arguably the most important position. If you have a player like yourself, like a versatile post player who can shoot, who could do. I mean, it unlocks the whole floor. It literally unlocks everything. And now maybe if that point guard starts to do a little bit of both, that could be this other super important role.
It's more like who's your facilitator, whatever that is. Who's getting you into your plays or your offense or whatever, who's going to like draw gravity to them and then can work out of that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, back to the Final Four. We do have some games for you. Those are next. It's bench start cut, so get ready. It's not too spicy, but I feel like I say that every time, and then everybody thinks it's spicy.
Everyone.
Final Four predictions. We've got UConn playing UCLA. I feel like I know where we're going with that one. Texas versus South Carolina. Give us your thoughts.
Definitely UConn. I was like really impressed with Texas. I'm not going to lie. I kind of think I'm going to pick Texas over South Carolina. I just thought they looked really good against, who did they just play? TCU, right? I just thought they looked really good against them. They just looked more, I guess, as a team than TCU did. It could have been opponent, I don't know. I've never seen them play South Carolina. Did they play them this year?
Yeah, they're 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
South Carolina beat them twice.
Oh, they played them.
Yeah, it'll be the 4th time they're playing each other.
Nightmare.
Okay, wow. I'm gonna double down on that then because the more you play, the harder it is. So I'm gonna pick Texas.
Okay, and then in the final, give us your winner and give us a score.
Oh gosh, UConn. Hopefully it's a high scoring game.
Agreed.
I'm gonna say I'm going to say 87 to 80.
Oh, I don't think Texas can put up 80, so we're good. They're averaging like 50 something.
Yeah.
But they're
wow.
a grind out. Yeah, they're a grind out. Well, you played against those Mississippi State teams. Vic Schaefer's,
Yeah.
they're very similar.
Yeah.
They're just going to like grind you.
Yeah, all posts.
Yeah, totally. All right, now we're on to a different type of game.
This is where Sue really thrives.
I love it.
I can see the evil smile
Bench,
already.
Start, cut. Okay, we gave this one to Chelsea Gray as well.
Okay.
A game of 1-on-1, a game of 3-on-3, a game of 5-on-5.
Okay. I'm going to just what I think I can win or what I like the most.
What you like the most.
Okay, what I like the most. Okay, I'm going to cut 1-on-1 then.
Okay.
I'm going to bench 5-on-5. I'm going to start 3-on-3. I have to start.
Tell us why. Tell us why.
First of all, because I started this league, I better like it.
Pub the league.
Second of all, yeah. I think 3-on-3 is perfect for my position. Like anyone who plays a 4, it's like a playground, you know? You're so used to so many people in the paint. To have that many people gone, it's like single coverage in the post. It's just so fun. So I'm going to start 3-on-3.
Okay, do you really hate 1-on-1 or it was just odd man out?
It was just odd man out. I mean, I actually don't like 1-on-1. I think I can win. Obviously, I won, but it's not my favorite to play. Obviously, even my game is not 1-on-1 really, unless I get to the post. So
Once you get to that elbow.
We're gonna do this
Out.
bench start cut when the WNBA season starts. See if 5-on-5 is a starter now.
Yeah. See if it gets
What did
back
Chelsea say?
She said same, cutting 1-on-1, but then she started 5-on-5 and bench 3-on-3.
We did talk to her a lot. I mean, especially her in her position, like being a facilitator and like having the ball in her hand. She's like, it's great. There's nobody anywhere.
3-on-3.
It's just, for 3-on-3, it's like, there's no help. I mean, you talked about that a lot when we watched it. It's just like, a playground out there. You can, I mean, if you can operate and have like a complete game,
And that's
no one
why,
can stop you.
And that's why it was so physical. Because that's all you can do. Is try to like beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
And then it falls in the ref's hands and here we are.
Yeah. It fell in Sephora's hands. And
Yeah,
she didn't do well.
Okay. Next one, we're taking it back to stores. Late night snacks. We'll call them snacks. All right, late night snacks. Are you hitting DP dough, wings over stores, or Ted's?
Ooh, DP dough. I love their calzones.
Same. Buffalo Zone all day. Okay. So you're starting DP dough.
Yeah. I'm going to cut Ted's and bench wings. The wings are good, honestly.
No, the wings are good. Wings are good.
Yeah.
I approve of that. I did like Ted's.
Yeah.
I liked a cheesesteak with curly fries.
From Ted's?
Ooh.
Listen, I weighed 10 pounds
I don't
more.
think I ever ate at Ted's.
Really?
Not once.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
I support
What about
that.
Sergeant Pep's? Did that still exist?
Yeah, I had Sergeant
Okay.
Pep's. Sergeant Pep's
Sergeant Pep's is legit.
Yeah.
All right, I should have put that on there.
Yeah.
I actually texted Stewie because I had DP dough and I had wings over stores, but I was.
You should put Muya. Muya is so
She didn't
good.
come through.
I don't know if it's just a stores thing though.
She didn't come through. She said Ted's.
Dang.
That's all I'm gonna say.
You got to
about
go to the
that.
classic.
Yeah, it is classic.
Yeah.
Ted's was more.
Yeah.
Ted's is more like the hole in the wall bar you go to.
Oh, I've been there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't smell great.
Oh, you
Doesn't
know.
smell
I've
great.
been there. My friend got a drink and it was gray,
Yeah.
like dark
Ugh.
gray. I was like, what
It's just supposed to
is
be.
in there? I don't know.
Have you been recently? They have a whole.
I went for Coach's thing.
Yeah, they have the whole like side deck thing.
Yeah.
I was impressed. That did not exist.
I know. That was
Yeah.
nice.
Ooh.
That was
It was
nice.
really nice.
They needed it. They were running out of space in
Extension.
there.
Look
Yes,
at that.
literally.
They got a side room. Moving on up.
Hey, but on the backs of the women's basketball
It's
program,
facts.
we finally
Yeah.
got a deck.
Facts.
Okay, this is a babysitting version, a teammate babysitting version of Bench Start Cut. Courtney Williams, Kayla McBride, and actually a teammate and coaches edition, Cheryl Reeve.
Okay.
Who are you
Start
trusting
that.
Mila with?
Okay, well, you say Courtney, Mac, and Cheryl. Okay, I'm gonna cut Courtney right off the
Okay.
bat.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Love you, Court.
I feel like I'll start Mac just because I don't know. I feel like she'll just do more stuff with Mila. Cheryl's a mom, so she gets it, but I don't know how much she wants to be chasing around a toddler
She doesn't.
anymore. So
She doesn't want that.
she can be on the bench in case we need her in the fourth or something.
Fair.
That's
Love
a good
those
one.
answers.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Fee, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you, Fee.
This
Yeah.
was really enjoyable. We have so much respect for you and for Stewie, of course, and for Alex for getting this league up and running. Obviously, I know better than anyone going overseas. It's a tough life. So you've now given another option. So I just want to say, I just have so much respect for that. That's
Thank
it.
you.
Thanks for coming on.
Just so you know, if you ever feel like you get that itch again, our doors are always open.
You know, we shoot every now and then.
What if I get the itch?
Yeah.
Our doors are always open.
Her knees are younger.
I'm like,
We just said we need more point guards.
I can run fast. I don't know if I can do anything else, but I can run around.
What kind of point guard would you be?
Probably high turnover ratio, but I'd be slanging that thing around like Jason Williams. White chocolate.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. Be good luck in the W season. We'll be watching. I can't wait to see you go scorched earth-thon, everyone. I know it's going to happen. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you. It was fun.
Before we go, everybody, we have the sweetest, cutest little A Touch More. We just wanted to say congrats to Alex and Servando. They had their little baby Enzo. I'm sure there's some middle names in there. Baby Enzo, Morgan Carrasco. I don't know what the whole sitch is.
Did you see the little picture of the little
I
feet?
saw the feet
hand.
with the wrinkles and
my
the.
God.
How do you not just bite them off?
know.
Oh, so cute.
So cute.
I can imagine Charlie is just in heaven too. Congrats to both of you on expanding your family. We can't wait to meet the little one.
I got a little baby fever at the wedding.
Did you?
Yeah. There were some cute little kiddos.
There was some cute kiddos.
Yeah. Your niece and nephew are what? 3 and 1?
Basically,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure
3.5
Arlo-
and 1.5 or something.
I'm pretty sure I'm Arlo's new best friend.
Yeah.
And that's where the fever hit.
Yeah. Arlo and Lily they totally stole the show.
I
They
acted
were,
like I was real interested in Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
And I was in.
You were really in there.
Yeah.
So-
Congrats, Alex. Congrats, Servando.
Congrats, you guys. Love you.
Support for A Touch More comes from our friends at Nike. Nike puts the spotlight on those fearless athletes who defy expectations, rewrite the rules, and inspire the world through unapologetic greatness. What does that mean? That every time someone says you're too much, that you can't own the court, that you shouldn't be so big, so competitive, so loud on the field, you just win. We'll check out their new campaign later in the episode and highlight some of our favorite athletes who define that unmatched so win mindset. Go to Nike.com to learn more and see their So Win collection. Thanks to Degree for supporting A Touch More. We all have those days, a packed schedule full of meetings, workouts, hangouts, and more. That's when you need a deodorant that's as reliable as you are. Degree Whole Body Deodorant Spray is designed to get odor under control while feeling light on your skin. It provides 72-hour odor protection, it's dermatologist tested, and it's aluminum free. From morning meetings to late night workouts, Degree Whole Body Deodorant Spray can keep you feeling fresh almost everywhere. Buy the new Degree Whole Body Deo for under $10 at Walmart now.